Hey loves, welcome to Faith Times Fitness Podcast, where we discuss wellness from a kingdom mindset, helping women bridge the gap of faith and fitness. I am your host, Shanera Norwood, aka Cha Cha. Let's go. Hey loves, welcome back to Faith Times Fitness. I am your host, Shanera, aka Cha Cha. And today's episode, we are talking about energy. And I was going to name this episode, Why Don't I Have Enough Energy to Get Through the Day? But I think because of the route that God took me when I was researching for the episode, I'm going to name it Finding New Energy. Because I was researching and God unexpectedly took me on a different journey and gave me a different outlook for this topic. So this is a topic that I discuss because most of us in our 30s start to feel like we don't have enough energy to get through the day. We get tired, we get fatigued, we wake up tired, and that ought not be. We should not wake up tired. We should not run out of energy through the midday. We should have our strength to get through each day. And so during my research, I kept seeing three main reasons that women do not have enough energy, or they're lacking energy, or they feel fatigued. And the top three reasons are the first one being lack of sleep or poor quality of sleep. The second one being a sedentary lifestyle. So basically, you're not getting enough exercise or physical activity throughout the day. The third one was periods of emotional stress. So basically, depression, anxiety, and then just life events stressing you out. And also, I'm going to add poor diet and dehydration. This is one I saw, but not as much as the other ones. But lack of eating well and lack of water can definitely make you feel tired throughout the day. And so in my research of just finding scriptures on strength and God strengthening us and things that relate to energy and how God restores us, I was looking up a particular verse because it's always a verse that I use and I always say, which is the joy of the Lord is my strength, right? Which can be found in Nehemiah 8 and 10. But when I researched that verse and I found out that yes, the joy of the Lord is our strength, but it was in the context of basically Ezra, who was the scribe at the time, was reading the word of God to the people of Israel. And the people of Israel were weeping and they were repentive and they were concerned because they knew that they weren't obeying God the way they should. And so he encouraged them and told them to stop weeping, to go and celebrate, to go and give food and supplies to those that don't have, so that you can all celebrate and know that the Lord, your God, is your strength. And so in that context, it just simply means that God is our strength when we don't focus so much on ourselves and our pain and our frustrations, but when we start to focus in on how good God is, and then we start to share how good God is, whether that be with people in the form of monetary gifts, whether it be just sharing a word, whether it just be spending time, whether it just, God is a renewer of our strength when we are giving to others, when we are pouring from a place. And that may be difficult if you're in a real stressful having a real stressful time, or you're just tired, or you just don't have the energy, or whatever it is that you may be feeling or going through. But when he took me this route, it helped me to understand that God does not just give us energy or strength for the day for yourself. He gives it to you to help others. Our purpose is to wake up and say, God, what would you have me to do today? How would you want me to spend time today? Who do I need to give to? Who do I need to pour into? And if we start living a selfless life, God will renew our strength and give us new energy. Because here's the thing. You may have a family, you have a husband, you have children, or you have family members that you help take care of, or just different things that you do throughout your day. And you say, I'm pouring into everybody else. I'm not pouring into myself. Here's the thing. When you are taking care of your family, when you are helping or doing the things that you do throughout the day, are you doing it with love? Are you doing it with the heart of service? Or are you doing it begrudgingly? Because I had to really check myself when it came to being of service to my family. And I started to feel like I didn't have time for myself, or it was just me. And God had to remind me that you don't just get up in the day just for you. And yes, there are times that you need to yourself. And yes, there are times you need to refill your cup. And yes, there are times that you need to spend that time with God. But at the end of the day, are you doing those things? Are you spending that time with me? Are you filling your cup? Have you made that time? Have you asked me how to schedule out your day? This is very important when it comes to which comes to my next point. Where are you putting your energy to? Where are you doing the inner work, the work that requires for you to organize your time? Are you going to bed at a reasonable time, or are you binge watching TV? Shanera, have you gotten enough rest the night before so that you can get up and spend that time with God? Shanera, no, you have not. You are putting your energy into other things that are not productive for your day. And so I had to check myself and realize you need to go to bed. This TV ain't going nowhere. Get your rest for the day, because the day ahead of you is long and you have a lot to do. And so once you put that into perspective, so let me give you an example of what a typical day for me looks like. So I get up in the mornings and I either have to take my son to school. If I don't have to take him to school, I will go straight over to my grandmother's house. I'm usually at my grandmother's house from about 8:30, 9 o'clock till about 1 in the afternoon. For those of you who do not know, my grandmother has Alzheimer's dementia. And my family and I have a schedule planned out where each of us kind of take turns looking after her and spending the day with her. Some days it's good, and some days it just depends on how she is for the day. Can be very draining, or it can be kind of laid back. Most days it's kind of draining because if you've ever had a loved one who's had Alzheimer's dementia, they moods vary. And it's almost like having a child because they get into everything and they're busy and their mind goes back and forth. And sometimes they can be very difficult when they don't want to do something, and very defiant, very combative, and different things like that. So it can be very draining. I come home, I walk the dog sometimes if I have enough time to. Sometimes I'm trying to study, I'm trying to work out, or whatever other task. I have to pick my son up in the evening, so I try to get dinner cooked before I have to pick him up. And so when you have a full day like that, it can be very exhausting, especially if you have not rested the night before. And so a simple solution is just to go to bed at night. Just get my proper rest. And that's most of us. We just need to get our proper rest. We need to sleep. And if we are having issues sleeping, find out what different sleeping aids, natural sleeping aids, melatonin, and different products, sleepy time tea, that help us relax, rest our minds. Turn on some worship music or some instrumental music to help us relax so that we can go to sleep at night and be our best for the next day. And also, I had to stop telling myself that I was not a morning person because I don't like to get up. I like to sleep in. It seems like I'm getting my best rest in the morning. But you know what? I need to be up in the morning. That's the time that I need to be spending with the Lord, getting my instructions for the day, getting refreshed and renewed in Him. And if I'm sleeping, I'm not refreshed and renewed in Him. I'm sleeping in and waiting to the last minute, but I'm still tired. So I have to tell myself, get up in the morning, because, and you are a morning person. I have to start telling myself that you are a morning person. Stop laying in this bed, telling yourself you're tired and you don't want to get up. No, you have to start rehearsing. I'm a morning person. I'm not tired. I am well rested. Get up and then move. And that's what I have to start doing, because I will lay in the bed until the very last moment and I'm just like, and that's making you even more tired. My next point is, are we active enough during the day or throughout the week? And I'm not saying our daily activities as far as our errands we have to run or the things that we have to do daily. I'm talking about exercise. I'm talking about going for a walk. I'm talking about that jog. I'm talking about getting that workout in the middle of the living room floor. Getting those endorphins up that give us the boost of energy that we need. That looks like planning out at least minimum of 3 times a week. So 3 times out of a 7-day week, we should be exercising for a minimum of an hour. A minimum of 30 minutes, because this is what our body needs. This is what our mind needs. I went about 2.5, 3 weeks without working out, y'all. And yesterday was the first time I had worked out after that period of time. And I was tired, but my body needed it. And today I feel a little bit better than I felt yesterday. So that lets me know that I need to work out, that I can't go through these big gaps of not exercising, because I start the cycle of starting my body all over again and getting it used to the exercise. But I feel better when I exercise. My body and my mind is conditioned to the working out. I know life gets busy because mine got busy. And then after I allowed my life to get busy, or too busy to where I was not structuring out my day, I was not getting the proper rest at night. Then it turned into not getting up in the morning and having my prayer. Then it turned into me being so tired and not full of energy throughout the day. Then it turned into me not even having enough energy to work out like I usually do. And just letting it just go into these cycles. And after I looked around, I said, oh no, let me get it together. Let's backtrack. Let's go back to basics. Let's go back and use wisdom. Let's go back and say, okay, you're tired, go to bed. Get up in the morning, have your prayer, start your day off right. Then God can sustain you for what it is you need to do for the day. And you won't miss your workouts. This is how you stay consistent. You have to have some type of order in your life and to maintain the energy you need. Hey loves, that concludes part 1 for finding new energy. Stay tuned. Next week, we'll be discussing our final 2 points, periods of emotional stress and poor diet and dehydration. It's some really good information that you don't want to miss. Talk to you guys soon. Be well, be blessed, be whole.